Good morning, and what a glorious morning it is. Sun is shining. I like the sun, so I'm going to really enjoy this coming week, and my type of weather is good. We're continuing with the Psalms this week, although we're going a bit out of order just to keep you on your toes, because we think that's important. So this morning I'm going to be just doing this little devotional on Psalm 65. So we turn to the trusty glasses, and I'm going to read Psalm 65 to you. It's quite an exciting psalm, I find. So this is it. Praise awaits you, O God in Zion. To you our vows will be fulfilled. O you who hear prayer, to you all men will come. When we were overwhelmed by sins, you atoned for our transgressions. Blessed is the man you choose and bring near to live in your courts. We are filled with the good things of your house, of your holy temple. You answer us with awesome deeds of righteousness, O God our Saviour, the hope of all the ends of the earth and of the farthest seas, who formed the mountains by your power, having armed yourself with strength, who stilled the roaring of the seas, the roaring of the waves, and the turmoil of the nations. Those living far away fear your wonders. Where morning dawns and evening fades, you call forth songs of joy. You care for the land and water it. You enrich it abundantly. Streams of God are filled with water to provide the people with corn, for you have ordained it. You drench its furrows and level its ridges. You soften it with showers and bless its crops. You crown the year with bounty, and your carts overflow with abundance. The grasslands of the desert overflow. The hills are clothed with gladness. The meadows are covered with flocks, and the valleys are mantled with corn. They shout for joy and sing. I had the page just turned over there. Couldn't get that word mantled out. Anyway, great psalm. There's almost this sort of like breath of positivity in it. It's overflowing abundance, and it's great. It's a psalm of David, and a real psalm of celebration, a psalm of declaration. And there's just a couple of verses that I want to pull out of that for us this morning to help us as we move forward in this week, even in this day. So, number one, we read, you who answer prayer. That's mind-blowing, straight off. This is talking about God who answers prayer. One of the most phenomenal things about this Creator God is he's listening to me. He actually listens to me. He wants to hear the sound of my voice. He wants to hear from me. And not only that, he answers me as well. Sometimes it's not just in the hearing, it's in the answer. I found understanding. He doesn't just listen. God is God who responds, who answers us. I remember Nicky Gumbel, he says, doing the Alpha series, God will often say, yes, no, or wait. And I don't know if it's always even as simple as that, but I know God is a God. He listens and he answers prayer. And that's exciting. It's exciting as we've got a month of prayer coming up. Come on. But also, it's exciting just in our daily lives. Let's keep up that conversation with God and listen for his voice. Also, then we read further down, when we were overwhelmed by sin, you forgave. When I was just thinking about this, I thought, life is, God is. Life can be overwhelming. Life can be hard. Life can, and we can get so caught up in it all, and we can respond in a way that's negative. We can respond in a way where we're really struggling and actually we just feel like we're drowning. We can feel pulled down. And then we say there's life is, and then we take it the other side. God is. God's the one who rescues. God's the one who transforms. He's the one, said about him answering prayer, he's the one who reaches down and says, come on. You know, it's not too big, I'm bigger. You know, it's not too much, I'm more. No, you haven't lost, I won. It's God who lifts us up. Wherever we're at today, when we're down, if we look up, look to him to lift us up. I love that further on it says the earth is filled with awe. And it actually goes on to describe everything God does in all of creation. You know, we have trees and rivers flowing and mountains, and it is awe-inspiring. I remember, I couldn't remember the book it was. I got a feeling it was John Ortberg. He was talking about a child. When you throw a child in the air, dangerously, usually me, but you know, I throw a child up in the air and they go again, and they don't want you to stop, and they're just as excited the 17th time as the first time. And you know, when I think of that creation and the awe of creation, I think God, you know, when every new day comes, he's like, again. He's excited about the dawn coming onto the world, the revelation, the revealing of creation, and it's beautiful to him, the same way we are. He's excited about our day. And it says, later on, it says, you care for the land. He cares for the land. And I think that's a really good declaration for us as well, that if God cares for his creation, if he cares for his land, there's a bit of a challenge in there for us. We should. If his creation is so important, not just us, but actually all of creation, then we should care too. And just in finishing this psalm, God says this, the psalm, David says this wonderful declaration. In all of that, he says, shout for joy and sing. So, God listens and he hears you. He wants to lift you up out of wherever you're at. He's excited about your life as part of his creation. He cares, and in that way, he actually encourages us to care, because he wants us to thrive in the same way he wants his creation that we look upon every day to thrive. So he has a plan for your life, which, you know what? No wonder you finish with shout for joy and sing. Worth singing and shouting about this God who cares and is cheering us on. In Zechariah it says about he sings over us. That's, yeah. So let's shout for joy today. If you're sitting indoors, come on, shout! Shout for today. Let's do a bit of singing, eh? It's exciting. So have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy God's creation today. God bless. See you all soon.